It's always good to get your energy. I know you can't hear me, but you will soon. Started because we have some guests who are going to be logging in with us throughout the course of our meeting. And there are two things that I want. This is like the pre-meeting, right? We're having a little pre-meeting. We have two things that are happening in the community that our agents are interested in supporting, and they want you to know about it so that you can participate in the way that is appropriate to you and to your, your plans. The first is that Tam and her gals have a no matter what global ministry coach drive. Yes?
Yeah.
As you'll remember, she works with the homeless in Milwaukee, and it's going to get cold. So if you're doing your fall cleaning and you have any gently used coat, outdoor clothing, anything, there will be a bucket outside Tam's office. Please feel free to bring it and drop it, and they will distribute it to those in desperate need. Is that for all ages?
What we have the most out there, you guys, is there's not children out there, which we're grateful for, but men and women coats. I mean, anything from a small, basically up to probably like a extra large flex. I mean, even for some of the gentlemen that are out there, they don't mind them being a little bit bigger because they try to pile up as many like sweaters and stuff underneath. So anything that's kind of like gently like used condition that's there, I mean, they're excited
It's in
about
need.
that, so.
And we're going to put this, some of you may have seen this already. There is a big cork board, teacher board outside the, where the carols are, where the desks are, and there's a wall. Go bring this, great. Whoever finds it first, scan it, bring a coat. All the information will be there, okay?
It's by John
Yep.
Warren's office.
Thank you. It's by John Warren's office. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The other thing, and I'm going to direct you to Carly. She's going to be rolling in here in a hot second. But she has posted and asked me to share that the Milwaukee Vets food pantry is super close to empty, you guys. These are people that have served our country. There you are. Didn't even see Carly. Tell me about this. What do we need to do?
Oh, okay. So GMRYPN, Milwaukee Veteran Homeless Initiative was our charitable partner for this year. And so we did raise money for them during our White Party event, but we actually stopped by last week and their shelves are pretty much bare. I posted some pictures on Facebook, but like they had nothing and they serve over 100 families a week. It was very sad to see where there's only like 30 cans of tuna and then a couple bottles of soda. So if anyone can donate, I can send out the QR code. We have a Amazon wish list, and then if anyone wants to donate food or donate money to the Venmo, we created a Venmo for them too, because it was like very, very sad.
Awesome. So you guys, obviously, we bring this to you because we are very privileged to have the work that we have and to have the colleagues we have and to have the good fortune that we have, right? Our days can be pretty, can be set to right when we remember that there are other people in this, in our communities that have it far, far worse than we do, even on our worst days. So those are two great options to get involved. If that's not your jam, find some other way to get involved, because I promise you it will lift your heart and it will make you a better person. And it's what KW is all about. So become your best. We're going to dive in here. That was our mission moment, you guys. That was our pre-mission moment. Our mission moment. Want to share a little bit that happened this week. So here's one category of names. You might recognize some of them, and there's an amount right next to them. I want you to be thinking, what is this? Okay. Laura Glossmeyer, 120, Michael Reddick, 123, Dan Callis, Karen Nemeth, Tanika Allen, Michael Medina, Andrew Barrett, 182, Tyler Smith, 183, Rick Router, 186. It's pretty nice. Next column, Jay Krickeberg, 202, the Gieberts, 265, Jeremy, 287, Al, 291, Dan Schmidt, 303, Jess, 318, Tina, 348, Ryan Maurer, 402, Mark Dorlack, 443, Scott Kloss, 454, Jen Wigley, 475, Chris Ruskowitz, 482. One more. Amy Berger, 779, Lisa Krickeberg, 879, the Gian Grecos, front row here, 997, Alfredo, 1216, James, 1567, and Chris, 1897. What is that, you guys? Profit share, yes. I share this with you because this hasn't even been one of our great big months, okay? So the numbers are real. I had somebody today come to me and say, hey, it wasn't just over a year or two ago before I left my last brokerage, and I have friends who need to be here. Do you have a list? I have lists, you guys. But more importantly, you guys have relationships, right? The way that you help this organization grow is by being the best realtor that you can. And when people ask you how you do it or how you become who you've been, hopefully you can say it's because of your affiliation with us, and we want to help you grow. So, this happens also when we are productive. It's a culture of productivity, right? Because none of that happens if there's no deals. So we're not out here to make you mini recruiters. Nobody's going to want that anyway, I promise you. But we do want you to be really happy with what you do. So, and I got a text yesterday, I texted some information. I'm going to use you guys here, Giangreco's, and I let them know what their profit share was. And maybe some of you have heard this and maybe you haven't, but the Giangreco's have funded all of their trip. Where have you gone? All of your trips?
Italy, Dominican Republic, Seattle, and most recently Colorado, 100% funded from our profit share.
100% funded from profit share. So if you get really intentional about it, things can happen. And sometimes when you're not intentional about it, you still get a check. I also got a note from somebody who found herself on the lower end, and normally she's been up in the higher end, and she's like, oh, my people capped. Yep, that's what happens. So you get to kind of see the rhythm of that, but it's a great tool that I would love all of us to take advantage of. So that's our mission moment. We're going to dive in. Charlie went over this morning, and he encouraged me to come with his same energy. And if anybody knows me and Charlie, we have different energy. So I'm going to do my best, you guys. But know that this is genuine for me as well. We're talking about entering a market that's, as Charlie talked about it last month, a little funky, right? The indicators are not all lining up. We have some indicators that say we could be coming into troubled waters. And there are some things that we can do right here in this room that can help ease any shifts that come through. And I want to make sure you know what those are so that you get to choose whether you plug into that or not. Okay. So lessons of the moment, right? What are the 5% of top producing agents do that 95% don't do? What do you think?
Talk to people about real estate.
Script practice.
Lead gen, script practice, consistency. Right. There's a larger kind of framework to think about that, right? Because sometimes you can talk to people and you think you've talked to enough, and you haven't because you don't know your numbers, right? So you want to set clear goals, and it's not always about, hey, I want to close this many units, right? Your first driver is your why. What's your big why, and what do you need to fund it? I had a recruiting appointment earlier today with a dad who came in. He texted me earlier and he said, my babysitter fell through. I can only make it if I bring my daughter. Well, bring your daughter. That's fine. We'll figure it out. And we did. And she crayoned while we talked. But it was very clear to see this man has a very significant why that's right sitting next to him. And he said, I made about 100,000 last year, but I spent X amount. So my profit after taxes and after all this was about 40. And they're expecting another one. And they've, I don't know about you, but 40 is not a lot, right? So he's got a big goal, and he can put all the numbers behind it that he wants. And that's what helps you run your business like a business. So be really clear about that. They track your numbers, right? Appointments, agreements, closing, and income. And then if it's not on your calendar, it doesn't happen. You guys, I've been absolutely guilty of this. I will just come clean right now. I'll have somebody show up and I'm like, oh, wow. Okay, because I text them like, this is great. Let's have this meeting. And sometimes I fail to get it all the way onto my calendar. So I'm living proof that if it's not on your calendar, it doesn't happen. That's an area that I need to get better at, and I'm working on it. All of these are things that we can improve on. Time blocking is key. Okay. Put it on your calendar. The other piece then, lead gen, you're obviously building a business. There are things that you love to do and things that you hate to do. If you're waking up every morning and you think, oh my God, I have to cold call 30 people to hit my goals, and it just makes your stomach drop to your feet, you're going to do that? You're going to do that with joy and passion and get excited about when that phone answers, or get excited when somebody calls you back and your phone rings? I mean, how terrifying is it when the phone rings and you don't know who's on the other side, right? When I was walking my appointment around this morning, I was able to say, hey, this team lead generates because they talk to their sphere on a very regular basis. This team's grown because they've done referrals at a really high level. This team has been super successful because they door knock and they have a system around it. This team's been really successful because they focused in on who their prime candidate is and they talk to them all the time. This team's successful because they have a specialty in an area that is very lacking in this area, right? What is your lead gen specialty that you then can take and 10x and that you love doing every day? Because if you have that, all the rest falls in line with one extra piece. And that one extra piece is accountability, right? And this is a tricky piece because we think that we can hold ourselves accountable, right? We think that like, oh, I know I have to do this and I'm going to do this. And then your day gets away from you. I saw this great quote this weekend, and I absolutely agree with this. That phrase, life got in the way. Oh, that makes me I just dislike that phrase. Life never gets in the way. This is your life. If you get sidetracked, you have taken your life from here to here, but it's still your life. Your life didn't get in the way. Your life just doesn't look like you expected it to look like when you started on this journey. And you get to decide if your activities change or if you like the new path you're on. Either decision is okay. Just remember, if you feel sidetracked, you have a choice. Do you get back to where you're going, or do you start a new path? Again, either's acceptable, but life didn't happen to you, right? This is your life. So when you think about accountability, one of the biggest things you can do to improve your productivity is to have somebody else that you love and trust help hold you accountable. And I think that love and trust is really important because sometimes accountability can feel like a hammer. And sometimes it can feel like, oh my God, I'm just not good enough. And then you start a spiral, right? Then it's really hard to get back out there. If you have somebody who can hold you accountable and say, hey, you told me you were going to call 20 people, you only made it through 10. Tell me what happened there. Come from a place of understanding. Hey, my life got off track. Okay, remember, it's your life, your choice. How do you make that time? Put it on your calendar, right? Find somebody who has similar values to you. Find somebody who you respect, who can help keep you on the path to growth, if this is the plan that you want to implement. Okay, and I'm speaking to you guys, and I'm speaking to myself at the same time. You guys, this is everything I need to do as well in my role. I feel you. I know it's easy to hide behind things. It does not serve you, I promise. Get out there, be vulnerable, let people know when you're doing well and when you're struggling. And the world shows up for you in ways that you can't even imagine right now. So I invite you to do that. Not quite Charlie's style, my style, and very, very heartfelt. I want you guys to hear this. And you're right, this is kind of a foundation for something more reminders, right? Success, and we have plenty of success in this room. Sometimes success breeds complacency. Complacency then breeds failure, right? Because you keep rolling along and you think doing what you're doing is going to get you the same thing, and actually you've done something different because maybe you've slowed down, maybe you've not paid attention. This is a phrase that I heard time and time again before I came here, or when I came here, only the paranoid survive. Oh, I hated it. I don't want to be paranoid. I don't want to live that way. The reality is, for me, I don't think about paranoid. I think of aware. Only the aware survive. Know your numbers. Know where you can get off track. You know, how are things not showing up on your schedule that take you away, or how are you letting things interrupt your schedule that is taking you away from what's important? Because if that happens over and over and over again, you're not going to achieve what you want. So I don't think of it as paranoid. I think of it as aware. You can think of it as paranoid if that works for you. But we really, really want you to be aware of what's happening. So as a recap, what's happening is that the market is funky, right? We're seeing maybe history repeating itself. So we can see the run up here to 2008, big, 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 not big, right? We have this drop to 4.1. Not great, not great. You can see the same thing happening here where we've got 2 years in a row of lower numbers, right? This is not new information for you guys. We just want you to remember that we could be looking at 2 more years of this. And that's fine if you know what to do, right? And you're in a place that can help you know what to do so you can manage all this really well. Sides per agent have been down 23, down 47%, 24, it's down 44%. So generally what happens, you guys, is when that happens, when sides go down, agents get out of the business, okay? So that curve looks a little different. Here's the sides going down, and we've got a ton of agents in the business. Agents then think, well, I'm gonna get out of the business. So that's the agent curve, right? But then what happens is all of a sudden, sides go up again. And agents don't get into the business. This is what you're waiting for. When there are less agents and more sides. Could take a couple years, but that's when we go back to consistency, accountability, great career, not just a great year, because that's coming. We're just not there yet. Make sense? Okay. And I think that's true. I've called a ton of agents and we have people saying, you know what, I'm done. I'm retiring. I don't want to adjust my business for NAR. I don't want to face any lawsuits that are coming down the pipe. I'm new. I can't do this. It's a total lie. They just don't know how to. We can help with that. But you guys are in a good room to be ready to take advantage of that. Just be patient because it's coming and do the things. We know that each year comes with a cycle, right? We're entering fall. It's our lovely weather we'll attest to today. It's time to be looking at your pipeline and who you know and your database. And are you in relationship with everyone you need to be in relationship with? Yesterday, I called 2 people that I haven't talked to. They had made brokerage changes a year ago. And generally there's a cycle of how long you're happy with your brokerage if you make a change. And it's longer than a year generally. But I called them just to see how they were doing because it's fall and you touch base with the people that you know and that you need to know. And I learned some surprising information. So if you are holding off on contacting your people because maybe they made a move or maybe they worked with somebody else, this is a people-to-people business and a relationship business. Who cares that they worked with somebody else a year ago, 6 months ago? They are still your people and you need to call them and check in on them. Manage your database really well. It's your data bank, right? And then the other piece we know is that winter, a lot of people take time off in the winter. They slow down. It's a great time to be amping up your contacts, right? Sets you up for a great Q1. And then summer, you're just super busy, which is great. It's what we want, which everybody wants, right? Well, I mean, some of us want that, but so this is the cycle that we have. And when you set a system to manage this cycle every year, you're in pretty good shape, right? It's not a huge heavy lift every time it comes to fall. And you all know what this is leading to, right? This is what the year looks like. We talk about the fact that you can't hit your goals unless you hit your first quarter. And what's going to help you hit your first quarter? A good fall, good winter, right? So we have a guest to help you think through all of these pieces, your numbers, what your business looks like, how are you going to get there, what's your big why. Her name is Shannon Seelig, and she is joining us today from one of my favorite places in the whole world. She lives in France. Can't wait for her to come so that I can talk to her. But she's hosting our business planning clinic, which is going to be on October 16th. And here's my tech gal to help me out. Hey, Shannon, are you with us?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yes, we sure can. I am going. Here's
Hello.
the Keller Williams Southwest.
Hey
We're excited.
guys. What a good looking group.
Come on.
I know I was gonna joke before I heard with the profit share, someone had paid to go to Italy, and I was like, well, wait a minute, France is next, right? So come on over, give me a call, and I'll show you around.
Love it, love it. Shannon, you're gonna be delivering business planning clinic for us, right? October 16th. You want to tell us about that?
Yes, indeed. So I'm so excited. I'm going to come over from France to teach for you guys. And I'm so excited because this class really changed my life. So you see some of the stats about me, but I was an agent just like you guys. And that's how I started my career at 23 years old and then grew up in Keller Williams, became a team leader, and then I was called to move to France. And even though I didn't speak that much French, I learned quickly and I launched over 16 market centers in 18 months. And then training and coaching, I kind of missed it and I really wanted to give back more. And so I got back into coaching and training. And today I partner with David Huffaker and the Huffaker Group out of Nashville. And David is actually number 5 in all of Keller Williams. And we actually started together years and years ago when he first came over to Keller Williams. And so we have lived and breathed business planning clinic. And so I love what I was hearing earlier about all the different types of business. That's what we're going to focus on because there is no one shoe that fits all people. Really, there is a model and there are systems and there are tools, and yet each of you have a personality and a way of doing your business that is different. And so what we're going to do is we're going to focus on your business and set a plan for 2025 so that you can stay in the business and you can increase your business. Because one of the things that I find in coaching and training with agents all over the world today is that no matter if they're an agent in France or in the US or Canada, Mexico, they want one of 3 things, and it shows up in different ways. And yet we want either more money, which is pretty easy in our business to go out and get. We want more time, or we want more opportunities. And so what we're going to do is we're really going to look at what is it that you want in 2025 and how we can build a plan around it. So that's going to be what the day is going to be built around, really looking at the models and the systems to help you go and get what you want. Whether you want to do 10 million in GCI like David Huffaker, or you just want to add another 50,000 to your business or another 5 transactions, we're going to help you get that. So I'm really excited to be with you all day. Come up to the cold for a little while because here it's quite warm right now. And I'm so excited to be with you guys and answer all the questions that you have. Don't miss out because it truly is an amazing class and you can learn from all of our mistakes. Everything that I did or should have done and other things that I've put into my business throughout the years. And same for David, who's built an incredibly big business today and a really, really big life, which, let's be honest, that's what the goal is, right? To fund our perfect lives. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be with you guys for the day. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm completely accessible. And I'm so excited to be with you guys in person.
Thanks so much. We're excited to see you. You guys, this is going to be on, again, Wednesday, October 16th. Shout out to Kathleen Wooten, who put this together. For those of you who know and are registered for Bold, this is included in your Bold registry as just a thank you for investing in yourself. If you just have time for this, it's a $40 investment. It will be at the War Memorial. It's after First Step to Bold and before we dive in further. And I think it's perfectly timed because it reminds you why you're doing the work that you're going to be doing in Bold. And I'm just super excited to learn from you and to talk Paris because I love Paris. So
Happy to.
Okay, awesome. I'm going to let you go and get back to your Paris life, and we will see you on the 16th. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Okay, awesome. So you guys, strongly encourage registration for this. There's parking. It will start at 8:30, potentially 9. 8:30. So plan for traffic because there's traffic heading down, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful room and we'd love to have you there. So you guys, this is, you've seen these 2. These are the things that Charlie has been, the data Charlie has been using to encourage Bold registration. We're talking about Bold a lot. If you haven't come register for all of it, it makes a difference. I'm just going to say it right now. And you've seen this. Too busy, goose egg, invested time and energy, business exploded, right? Same across all the market centers. Too busy, goose egg, business explodes when you take it, right? Don't take it, goose egg. I was in the back of the room the first time we presented it and somebody said, what's a goose egg, you guys? Goose egg means no business, okay, just to be really clear. Next year, took it, invested time and energy, business exploded. Okay, so you have heard time and time and time again from us, and I'm super excited about this year. We have different memes that are coming out. We want to break through the clutter for you. We want you to know that this is an amazing opportunity and you're going to hear from us almost every day. It's for all levels. It's really, really it makes sense, right? You're going to be seeing Charlie's all over this, you guys. I shouldn't say Charlie's all over this. I'll say Willis is all over this. There's some things that Charlie said no to, and those are the really fun ones. So if anybody wants afterwards, I'll show you those. There are some outtakes, but we've been talking to Amber. Amber is joining us again today. And one of the reasons we've asked her to be in the room with us today is because we've talked to people who've said, you know, I've been there. And I hear people say it's new and it's different, but we kind of hear that every year. We've been talking to her and she's told us that it is very different actually. And Amber, are you with us?
I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing
Yeah.
great for having me back.
Thank you for coming. You guys, we invited Amber to talk to you again. Here's my room. Because she's been in all of the details and she's going to share with you what we mean when we say it is worth your time. It's a little different. So Amber, it's all you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So a couple of things I'd like to share before I share the details of the change. It is literally new. Gary said, I took all 7 steps into my writing room and it just was so confusing to like think, oh, I'll keep this and then we'll add this. He just put them all away and rewrote it like from scratch, all Gary Keller. Okay. So here's my question for you. How many of you wave at me have been to family reunion or mega camp? Okay. Do you leave there like refreshed, recharged? Your mind is like exploding with ideas?
Yes.
Love it. Who is the speaker that typically stretches your mind the most?
Gary Keller.
Yeah, that's it. He is the one. Okay. The #1 most influential person voted almost every single year in that position. It's Gary. Okay. I've had the honor of being in Gary's top 100 for the last handful of years. And that room, how many of you would like to be in that room? Gary's top 100. Yeah. Like, let's be real. If you're not in there, there's a little bit of FOMO, right? Like, what are they saying? I want to know these things. Well, here is #1 major change from the bold of the past. Gary, Jason Abrams, Jay Papasan, they are doing, I think, probably 2 Zooms, like live Zooms with Gary Keller, where he's going to go deeper with you on the content.
That's really cool.
Yeah, he's like, no, I want to be a part of this, like every single week. He originally offered to do 3 a day. And we were like, Gary, I for some reason don't think you have time to do 3 a day of these. So it maybe 2, maybe 3 times a week. He's going to offer a live experience for you to dive deeply with him on the bold that he has written. Okay. So this is like getting you into Gary's top 100 before you've gotten into Gary's top 100, which is pretty exciting. Okay. Here's a couple other things that I think are really important. You can see them on the slide. There is social media in every single step. Every single step. The lead generation that we're going to do in the morning is social media based. Gary said, we need the bold for today, for right now. Okay. Did you have a question? I'm sorry.
Nope, I don't think so.
Okay, sorry about that. I just heard something. So where are we getting social media? We're getting it from agents in Gary's top 100. So Ken Posick is giving his content ladder that he uses. Ken has, I don't know, 1 million+ followers on YouTube. We're going to be using other consulting firms like Rory Vaden's Content Diamond. The whole foundation of bold is completely different. Gary's written it around 10 bold truths. He kept about 8 bold laws And then he added on another 30 bold laws. And he's like, listen, the original bold laws still work. They still make sense. Yet we've been talking about them for 11 years. We're ready for a new level of depth with the bold laws, like more of an application. Okay. A big chunk of it is around choices, like the paradox that you have in your choices and the opportunities, the power you have in choices. And Gary said sometimes the biggest choice that you make that makes you is that you chose no. You chose to not do something. Okay. Gary's going to be teaching wealth building. He talks in the Gary's Top 100 group often about the different assets that he has, his asset manager. We get to interview him. So it is 100% completely rewritten. Okay. There's a couple of things. Also, we're going to be talking about time. And Gary said this. I loved this phrase. He shared this with us yesterday. He said, time is the currency of achievement. Time is the currency of achievement. Basically, in short, the people who manage themselves, which then manages their time, they are the ones who achieve at the highest level. So we're going to talk about how do you plan for your time? How do you win the morning? We're going to talk about in his wealth building section, like money doesn't make you, it reveals you. That's one of the new bold laws. Okay. Here's another part, which we've never talked about in bold. He said yesterday, he goes, you may want to jot this down. Your network is your net worth. How many of you would like to level up your network so that you level up your net worth? By a show of hands. Yeah, absolutely. We took bold about 11 years ago with David and Tony Zargami, who are other top agents. We weren't at the time. We were all brand new in Florida. And we have kind of been on the same network, and we're now market center owners. Both of our teams are in Gary's Top 100. We live about an hour and a half apart, so we send referrals back and forth. Like, she is a key wealth determiner for me. Do you have key wealth determiners for you? Like, are you intentional about that so that when your network increases, your net worth increases? Gary said a line which I've never heard come out of his mouth, so it's definitely new and bold. He said the people in your life either create a circle around you. So think about like a sports team cheering people on, like they're in a circle, there's so much energy, or they create a cage. How many of you are thinking of family members or loved ones that might create more of a cage for you than a circle? I remember the first time my mom saw the Red Book, she laughed out loud and she said, "Oh, millionaire real estate agent. Who are you kidding?" She wasn't intending to be mean, yet her limiting mindset, no one in our family had ever made $1 million. However, if I didn't have bold, if I didn't have great coaches, she would have been my cage. However, I had to create a different circle. So we're going to look at that. I am so excited about that. We're also going to talk about Gary's magic formula for life. Again, never in bold. And he basically said your inside life determines your outside life. Your inside life determines your outside life. And he said, he or she who has a why to live for, so a why to live for, so your people, your family, whatever your next goal is, maybe it's that trip to Italy or France. When the why, they have a why to live for, they can bear almost any how. I mean, like, this is all different. All new social media lead gen, multiple lead gen sessions during each bold. So here's what I have a question for you guys. Raise your hand if you've taken bold before and it's made an impact on you. I would put my hands up, yet when I do that, it makes balloons fall out of the sky. Oh, it's not doing it today. I'm always nervous. I hold my hands down here because I don't know what it's going to do. Anyhow, so here's the great thing. You know, change your thinking, change your world. Diana Kokoska, an amazing human being, an amazing real estate coach. She sold 4,000 houses across the span of her career, which set her up to be able to create bold. And we've all agreed that it works. We've seen the slides. Okay, Charlie's fun numbers and stats, like the proof is there. Yet I want us to stretch our thinking a little bit. If the 4,000 homes sold got us what we got then, imagine what it's going to do for your business when the number one most influential person who coaches the top agents in the entire country has created that. Do you think it could make an even greater impact on your business? Yeah, absolutely. So it is all new. I think even as a bold coach, some of the stuff I was listening to yesterday, I was like, ooh, I've got to unlearn some programming and relearn or stretch my thinking a little bit. It is going to be a completely different experience. Gary said, listen, I wrote it for our top agents. I trust everybody else enjoys it, yet this is a top agent experience. So I want you to hear this. Even if you're not a top agent, every bold I coach, I'm teaching and coaching to the top of the room. And then the newer agents, they rise. Okay. They rise to the expectation in the room. So don't be afraid of that. Just know you're going to be thinking big from the beginning of your career. Okay. So you guys, thank you for letting me come. And I just want to share these updates with you. Literally, we sat with Gary yesterday. So this is like hot off the presses. So he'll be joining us in Zooms, all new content, social media every week, a different way of lead generating. It is going to be a new experience. Who's already signed up? Who's joining us? Wave at me. Yes. Love from the front row.
Always.
I love it. Well, if you haven't, my intention for you, if you haven't signed up, is that the next time that Charlie is doing his stats class, you have signed up and you are the person that we were talking about that has increased 3,000-fold, 4,000-fold, because the business is there. We've just got to grow a little bit as human beings to grow our business as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Amber, for plugging in. I appreciate your
You're
words and your
welcome.
energy. You guys, I am absolutely looking forward to spending time with this woman, one of the top rainmakers in the country. So rainmakers, if you want to spend time with somebody who's been there, done that, and can help you get there too, plus all of this amazing stuff, let's have a conversation. Okay. Thank you so
Love
much,
it.
Amber. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys. See you soon.
You guys, we have quite a few people registered for this already. 258 million year to date in that room, over 6.6 million in GCI. And I've talked to people that haven't had the chance to sign up yet. They're getting there. We have given out 11 scholarships. Do not let money keep you from getting in the room. We can help you with that. We've got money reserved set aside to help this happen, because we rise and fall together. And you guys, there's just no better way to do your business. There really isn't. So you've heard plenty from me. We wanted to talk to some people who have been there and who have registered for that again. So James Krickenberg was going to share. He shared yesterday on Slack to the productivity channel. And one of the things he said is the only reason he's not able to sign up again for this year is he's got a baby on the way. And he thinks if he leaves, he won't be welcomed back. Right. But he will be there for First Step. Right. So First Step is all about mindset and some of the things that you can do to get out into this market whole and intact and serving your clients well. So talk to James and see what his experience is. Carly Tatum came to Bold last year. Would you tell us a little bit about what happened for you and why you're coming back?
I came right after I joined KW, coming from a different broker, where I felt like, one, I wasn't really taught to be an actual agent full time. So it was an eye-opening experience, but it was really good. It helped me be a little bit more disciplined this year, put some actual plans into work of what I was gonna do for 2024. So it was really good. And I mean, for the first half of the year, as many deals that I did last year, I had already did that by June.
Nice.
This year. So
Nice.
I
Real
did-
results.
I credit all of that to Bold, and I was just like, I can't miss, and I don't want to goose egg.
Right, no goose egg. Now that we know what goose eggs are, no goose eggs. Right. Thank you for sharing. Carly came to us new to build her business, and that's her experience. So if you're new, don't let what Amber said, push you out of that room. We teach to the top 20 all the time, you guys. So it's not going to be a different experience. It's all the same thing. There's just no reason to stay in the early conversations. Let's get you mastering your craft quickly. Scott Klaas has also taken it multiple times and said he would share his experiences why he signed up for it again too.
I am just ready to get back into it in this new environment, that we're in, and my focus is on the team now and not other stuff, so we're, 6 of us are taking it, I think.
Nice.
On the team.
Nice.
It's
So-
a lot of money if you add 800 by 6. So.
It's a lot of money, but it's an investment, right? You see that return. So, Rainmakers, if you're wondering what this does for you and your team, maybe chat with Scott a little bit because they're investing that money, right? I'm excited to be in it too. And one of the things, I have a handful of guests that are coming, but I'm meeting with them before to say, you know, are you willing to do the work? This is not a show up and listen. This is not an edutainment program. This is, you're going to get stuff to do. We're hoping that you take it home and do it. You're going to be held accountable the next week. All of life is choices. You don't have to do it. No one's holding a gun to your head. But the other piece that I got asked actually earlier today, what's the easy button? How do I make sure I don't backslide? The easy button is consistency and accountability. And this is built in for you. It's just done. It's easy. Sign up, do it. And the people who have signed up already are invited to a coaching call starting now. They're already living their bold life. So I'm looking around the room. There's some people who are studiously not meeting my eyes. It's okay. It is your choice. And I will not think any differently of you if you choose not to, but I absolutely encourage you to do it. Okay, I'm done. Right, but we might talk about this again. Average commission, this is, you know, it's a lot of money, but it's a lot of return, right? Average commission income per closing in 2024, 11,000, cost of bold to $799. One incremental deal, you've paid for it. For all of that skill, one incremental deal. Average agent, the average agent, and who in here is average? I mean, we have an average, but our average is above the average agent, I will say. 7 incremental deals from Bold, 77,000 in income. That's the opportunity. 96 times the return on investment for the average agent. So will I see you there? I hope so. I will be there every Wednesday. So there's an opportunity to give scholarships. There's an opportunity to give donations. And don't let anything keep you from being in that room if you want to be in that room. So we aren't average because we do dial into education and training. That's part of the reason why some of these people joined our organization this last month. So I want to welcome Anthony, Paul, Brittany, and Arnie to the KW family. Arnie's sitting right over there. So love that. Really exciting. Some teams are growing. So Tanya joined the Schmidt Group. Paul Schmidt joined Simplified Realty. So congratulations to our teams and to our agents. Jordan Wagner had his first closing with us. So super excited for Jordan. And then we've got a slew of cappers. So Stu Arnold, who I just hear amazing things about. So you're doing great things. Sveti, congratulations on capping. Tiffany is down. Tiffany, congratulations on capping. Terry Lewis, congratulations. Jeff Nevin, congratulations on capping. Sarah Papp, congratulations on capping. Joe Singsheim, congratulations on capping. And I should have known that because I told his book. So, you guys, these are the people. Nate, where are you, Nate? I saw him. I've been looking at you. Yeah. Birthday and capping. I mean, like you just got a $30,000 raise for your birthday. It's nice. Very nice. A 30% raise, not 30,000, but 30%. You know, let's make it 30,000. Just go earn it. Okay, y'all seen, obviously we have a training calendar that comes out. Kathleen's been working hard on the October training calendar. It is predominantly bold and business planning, but we have other things too. We will always have our team meeting. Jeff Nevin has been rolling out live script and objection handling. I hear amazing things about that. We have a foundations class Monday night on Zoom now. It's focused for our productivity people, but anybody can join in. And don't forget compliance. So this is the Monday class that Jeff hosts, handling conversations and objections. And then we get into a couple details here. So there will be a holiday party. Is that a good thing? It's a good thing. It's a good thing. I did get some questions. We put out a save the date and people were like, hey, is this the wrong date? Because it's on a is on a Thursday. Yes, it is on a Thursday. You guys, we can hold a great party on a Thursday. We can hold an okay party on a Friday. So we want to hold a great party. So make your reservations. We've got room rates. I think it will be black and white or formal attire. I'm going to wear pink. Before that party, we've got trunk or treat. You guys, these are opportunities that we bring out to you so that you can engage with your sphere in a really easy, fun way. Saturday, October 19th, 3 to 5, right out there. It will not be raining. It's going to be a beautiful day, and somebody has a fire pit, Kirkebergs, right?
No, they have 3 fire pits.
Perfect. And Jeremy brings his dog. So come. I'm going to be passing out Capper books. If John wants to come up and do a quick, quick compliance. We're all out of order today because of our guests.
It's fun. We're just keeping you guys on your toes. So just a reminder, a big question that we've been having on the compliance line is, hey, somebody didn't send me the buyer compensation agreement form. Should I send that to them? And the question is really, we've talked about communication. So talk to the listing agent, find out, do they have one that they're sending? Was it in their listing contract? Or would they rather you just write compensation into the offer? So have that conversation and then work accordingly. Don't do both, because then the seller's paying twice. So don't do both. So just a reminder that Kathleen put together this really awesome flow chart. If there's questions, you can refer back to that, but it's one or the other. It's either in the offer or it's that co-broke compensation agreement. Talk to the listing agent about how they'd prefer to have it written, depending on what was in their listing contract. And then just a reminder that GMAR dues are due to save money. You're going to be having those paid by October 31st. And someone asked last week, should we email receipts to Sarah? And the answer is yes. Sarah's email is very simple. It's sarah@sarahpap.com. So once you pay those GMAR dues, send Sarah your receipt. And when you finish your continuing education and your license renewal, also send your email to Sarah. So, it's money time of the year. So it's a good thing. Yeah, a little party. That's all I've got today.
Yes.
Can somebody say they're bringing the beer? Are we doing this together? Okay, we are so close, you guys, so close. You will have received a letter of acknowledgement. It came from KLRW 972 email about the changes in the business. We sent out 600, we got 500 back. Thank you all. For the 100 who haven't, we'll be finding you, just so you know. Okay, and now, you guys, I think people know this. It's been out for about a week, but our very own Tina Reddick, who has served me so well and all of you so well this past year, bringing in new agents, setting up a wealth mastermind, teaching Achieve, teaching Up Here, on, and setting up systems for me that you guys have no idea what we run in the background. For the year of work that she has put in for me, I can't begin to thank her for making this, for setting us up for success as we continue. And we are continuing without her on our team. She has some opportunity to develop her business. And I know that you will be successful wherever you go. in business. And I am just so grateful that we had the year with you. So all the success in the world. And we're going to have cake and flowers on Thursday because today's been really busy. But come celebrate with Tina as she starts a new adventure. So thank you so much. Actually, one of the highlights that she did, and y'all might not know this, but she gave Staying at KW.
Gonna sell more houses.
Sell more houses. Yes. If you're curious, one of the best things she did was give Brooke a new name. So you might have to talk to her about that afterwards. Brooke has different names. Brooke, I mean, there are some others. So just, so connect with her and please thank her. Because she did amazing things for you. And now it is, coming soon. What do you got? Tony?
Gian Greco, Minor
Really
Realty
good.
Group. So right now, the big one that is gonna be coming soon is the 4-bed, 1 full bath, West Alice, bungalow. It's like 1,800 square feet, no garage. But the sellers are fairly motivated, entertaining off-market offers. Otherwise, we're gonna be launching on the MLS next week. Off-market asking price $245.
245.
Yeah, great price point, so.
Awesome.
A couple things. We have a condo in Greenfield. Is it 2 bedrooms, 2 bath?
2 bed, 2.5 bath.
2.5 bath. Side by side, really quiet location as well. Then is it main floor? Like, or is it? There's a main floor. Is there master on the main on this one?
Yeah, so it's both en suite, one's in there's one on the second level with a loft. And then, brand new carpeting, really nice woodwork, ceramic tile, or, granite countertops, $349.9.
And then we're gonna be having, one in Oconomowoc in a couple of weeks. Close to the Bark River, and like a mile from downtown Oconomowoc area.
Nice.
2 bedrooms, 1 bath. That was $299.
Wow.
Also hunting land that we have going live on Thursday up north, up by Eagle River, Conover. 40 acres, it's got a rustic cabin, has a sand point, 2 bedrooms, got a garage, shed, and it's got a 2-seater outhouse in case anybody wants.
Excellent. Hey, what else is coming? Yes, ma'am. Amy Berger.
It is definitely an industrial opportunity. The price is $150. This client has been renovating it for about 6 years, and she just gave up. It's like hard to me. Where is it? Harambe?
In Harambe.
Okay. Harambe. Okay.
Awesome. Investor's dream. Perfect. Awesome. What else? Yes, sir.
2 bedroom, 2 bath condo in Berlin, where I tomorrow morning. 274 night. First floor. 2 carpet.
Perfect. Itching. I looked at Ed because he was itching his hat, but he did put out a smart plan. And I want to remind everybody, now is hunting season. And I believe the smart plan reminds people that if they're looking to buy hunting land, that we can assist with.
Right now, hunting season and farmers are pulling their crops. Right? This is the time when they're reevaluating. You know, buy more land or sell their land. Okay, so back to the meeting, fall cleanup, talk to your people. We're offering a 30% referral on listing. Want to grow your business in 2025? We're here now. That's free money.
Awesome. All right. Well, you guys, you've listened to me for 55 minutes. I think we can let you go. Have a great day. Don't forget the codes. Don't forget the food. Talk to Carly or Tam if you have questions. Don't forget your profit share. If you have an opportunity, talk to me. Great day.
What's that cake?
I just.
Thank you.